It's 7:37 now, and Rachel Heinrich is here. She's the food editor with Toronto Life magazine. What a great job.
Yeah, I'm very lucky.
I rely on you. I'm always looking down at all the recommendations from Toronto Life. So we're talking specifically about Winterlicious 2013. For people who aren't familiar, can you explain a little bit what that is?
Yeah, so Winterlicious started about 10 years ago, and it first started with 35 restaurants, and it was really a program to, during the slowest time of the year when nobody goes out to eat, it was sales at restaurants, essentially prefix menus for $25, $35, $45, an incentive to get people out dining in the city in the dead of winter, really. Mm-hmm. And it's really blossomed in the last 10 years. Now we have 191 restaurants participating, so yeah, it's a big deal. And there's a lot of kvetching in the city about Winterlicious because apparently, you know, the restaurants are packed and the servers sometimes aren't on their A game, but it's still nonetheless a really fun thing to do.
And that's why I wanted to ask you, which restaurant do you think has the most representative Winterlicious menu? Because the price point is great, but sometimes you're so limited that it doesn't even match what you would normally eat there.
Yeah, I always joke that it's like a wedding buffet. You get chicken and salmon and short ribs, pretty much. But I would say a rarity this year is Colburn Lane. The chef there, Claudio Priel, he's been known for sort of molecular tricks and really intriguing ingredients. And this is his first year participating. In his menu, there's lots of little interesting things that you otherwise wouldn't see, like lily bulbs and nitro smoked ice cream, which they do with liquid nitrogen and things like that. And he really doesn't dumb down the menu as much for Winterlicious.
It's a really special restaurant as well. Like that's a perfect way to take advantage of Winterlicious, I think, is at a restaurant like that, because it is expensive. It is not somewhere you'd go all the time because it is that molecular gastronomy, but it's a good way to try it. Splendido is another that you like?
Yeah, we were really surprised to see Splendido on this list. They've been around for years and years, but never joined in. I call it the unicorn of Winterlicious because it's such a rarity. The quality is so consistently high, and the menu really is interesting this year. And it's the kind of place where you go for special occasions, and I feel like they really don't. The service remains really excellent during Winterlicious.
Now, the reservations are open now, but how hard would it be to get reservations to Splendido?
If you want a reservation, I would call now. Okay. Leave a message on their machine, see what you can do. I don't know if they're...
Now.
Yeah,
as soon as the segment's over.
What's the food like there? What kind of food do they serve? I'm sorry, I don't know the restaurant. Is it Italian? Or?
No, it's like Lux. It's a little bit of Italian. They have, you know, gnocchi every now and then, but like so many restaurants in the city, it's a little bit of Italian, a little bit of French influence, broadly kind of Canadian food, which is a little bit of everything, but they just do it so impeccably.
Now, you may not know the answer to this, but why do you think it took these restaurants so long to get on board?
Well, I think a lot of restaurants don't need to join in Winterlicious. They have great business. They have, like for Splendido, for example, has a very loyal clientele, so they don't necessarily need to. This year, maybe they needed the business. Who knows?
Yeah.
How much do you think? How much am I paying taxes in with drinks? Because you know you're sort of lured in there with a $25 price point, but then you know you don't want to be walking out with a $75 bill.
For dinner, you probably will be around $75 still.
Yeah, if you're going to order drinks or a bottle of wine or something like that. Let's talk about Auberge de Pommier. That's sort of a stalwart in the city. It's been around forever. Every time I've ever eaten there, which isn't often, it's been ages, but it's always been good.
Yeah. And
great.
It usually doesn't change, but this year they got a new chef, Marc St. Pierre, and everybody, our reviewers, have been totally blown away by his food this year. It's traditional, fancy French food, but he spent some time cooking at the Bellagio in Las Vegas. He's got a lot of culinary cred, and people are just saying that he's brought a little bit of new life to sort of the institution.
Canoe is another one that you recommend?
We recommend it every year, and specifically for the lunch because it's 25 bucks, which you can't beat at Canoe, and it's just great in the middle of winter to go. They have that incredible view. You can look at the lake even though it's gray. And sort of just have that pampering experience just for $25, which really is like the price of 2 fancy cocktails now, so it's a good deal.
Well, thank you so much, Rachel Heinrich. She's the food editor for Toronto Life magazine, and the latest edition of Toronto Life is on stands now. It came through my mailbox. I was like, ooh, look at that saucy cover. The secret sex lives of Torontonians is what's on sale now. Thanks, Rachel.
Thank you.